welcome to another edition of the One Kindred, One Business Initiative series, brought to you by the Office of the Chief Economic Advisor to the Imo State Government, under the leadership of distinguished Senator Hope Uzodimma. My name is Kenneth Amechi, and I'm a professor of Sustainable Business and Public Policy at the University of Edinburgh in the UK. I hold a chair in Sustainable Finance at the European University Institute in Florence, Italy, and I'm the Chief Economic Advisor to the Imo State Government. It's my pleasure to welcome you today, which promises to be interesting. But before I continue, I want to invite my co-moderator, Professor Jude Nzako, to say hello to you. If you're joining us for the first time and you don't know much about OKOBI, which stands for One Kindred, One Business Initiative, I hope you find this clip very helpful.
Amarachi nwanne m, o nwere ihe na-egbu m echiche o. Ị na-ele anya n'obodo anyị, ị ga-ahụ ọtụtụ ndị na-enweghị ihe ha na-eme. Ha anaghị arụ ọrụ ebe ndị nwekwara n'ọrụ ntakịrị ha na-arụ na-ata ezigbo ahụhụ. Mana ị gaa n'obodo ndị ọzọ, ha na-eme nke ọma, na-arụ ọrụ dị iche iche ha ji eriju afọ. Biko nwanne m, elu otu anyị ga-esi nyere ụmụnne anyị aka ma kwado ha n'agbanyeghị otu ọha iji mee ka ndụ dịrị ha mfe.
Chinonso nne m, obi mụ na gị na-amakọkwa o. Ihe a ka m sịrị ka m bịa ka anyị dakọrịta ntị. Ị ma na obodo anyị kwesịrị ịganye aka n'atụmatụ OKOBI. Cheta na OKOBI bụ atụmatụ ọchịchị steeti Imo n'okpuru ọchịchị distinguished Senator Hope Uzodimma. Na OKOBI ka a na-akwado ndị obodo ka ha gbakọta aka na biznes maka iji kwalite ụmụafọ ha ma wulite akụ na ụba. Ka m na-agwa gị okwu ugbu a, narị biznes anọ na 60 esonyela na-erite uru n'atụmatụ OKOBI.
Ihe ị na-ekwu ọ bụ na ndị obodo anyị nwere ike iji aka ha kewapụtara onwe ha ọrụ ma sikwe na ya nweta ezigbo ego. Elu otu anyị ga-esi mee nke a, biko nwanne m?
Nọ, obodo ọbụla kwesịrị ịmalite biznes nke ha maka onwe ha, mana anyị na-achọ nkwado gị na nke ụmụnne anyị ndị ọzọ bụ aka ji akụ iji nyere ndị obodo aka ka ha malite azụmahịa ma kwụsị ike chim soro obodo ndị ọzọ keta oke na OKOBI. Kama ọ ga-abụ alọta eke were ha bread, rice na ego nke bụ ericha echi agụrụ ewere ọnọdụ ka anyị kpakọta akụrụngwa anyị nye aka kwalite obodo. Ihe anyị ga-eme ugbu a bụ ị ga-akpọtụrụ eze obodo anyị ka anyị na ya kpaa ya nke ọma, maọbụ gawa n'ụlọ ọrụ Chief Economic Advisor to Imo State Government. Ị ga-enweta ha n'akara 09114360076 maọbụ ziga ozi WhatsApp n'akara 09011589113 ka anyị gbakọta aka kwalite ndị obodo anyị site na ya wulite steeti Imo ga-abụdachi.
OKOBI, ụmụnna wike ọwụ ya agha.
Okay, welcome back. Today is an interesting day. We have a number of OKOBI businesses and enthusiasts who are with us. So let me go first to the Office of the Chief Economic Advisor to the Imo State Government and Maragodi Henagano with OKOBI. So let me invite Mrs. Adeze Nwaka to give us an overview of what the business or what the office has been doing recently.
Okay, thank you so much, Prof. And hello, our listeners. Thank you for joining us in another exciting episode of our webinar series. The Office of the Chief Economic Advisor to the Imo State Government have been active on the issues and the initiative of One Kindred, One Business Initiative, where we are supporting individuals to come together as groups to set up their own businesses. And as we all know, the office I now support I now support all the people interested in building their own businesses. And so far in the last couple of years that we started from ground zero without any business, but people came in, believed in the idea. And as of today, we have over 600 OKOBI businesses in Imo State. And these businesses have 20,000 members, or let's say 20,000 people employed under these businesses. What does this tell us? It tells us that OKOBI as an idea, as an initiative of the state government, is producing results and is solving the problem of unemployment in Imo State and beyond. Then, Abekwani Fisai, we have been actively engaged in supporting these businesses. We don't just bring them on board and leave them. We train them, we teach them the dynamics of the business that they are doing. We support them, we handhold them, we visit them from time to time to ensure that they are doing well. We reach out to corporate entities to get support for them in the form of grants. We support them in their loan applications. We do different things to help them. So if every business in OKOBI can tell you, they will tell you that we have supported them in so many ways, and that we are also in the business of helping them to access different loans and other things. We also proceeded in going into communities. There are different communities in Imo State. We had advertised, I mean adverts in radio, see, only community obula interested in OKOBI, they should reach out to us, to set up their own businesses. If every community in Imo State made their own business, we would have addressed unemployment from the grassroots. So when we made our call, some communities reached out and said, yes, we are interested in this. And our team went to them and spoke with them and taught them and helped them to find out the business idea. We started from needs assessment, looking around their environment to find out what exactly what they could do. Then from there, we created solutions. We did solution identification, where we curated solution to address that problem. And that solution is what they are setting up at business. And while solving that problem, they are making money. That is, they're making revenue for themselves. So so many communities in Imo State indicated interest, and we visited them and spoke with them and went through this whole engagement process with them. And we are really excited to let you all know that these businesses have started registering their business names. If you look at our social media pages, you will see the names of these communities and the businesses that they're about to set up. That's about that. Then we also have health insurance scheme for our OKOBI businesses. So another thing we discovered that, yes, if an OKOBI business were members, and they are not able to maybe take care of themselves, or they don't want to dip hand into their capital to treat themselves, we now liaise with the Imo State Health Insurance Agency to make healthcare accessible for our OKOBI businesses. And how did we do it? We agreed that for every 9 member registered in an OKOBI business, the 10th person will be free. So it's subsidized for all OKOBI businesses to be able to access free healthcare or subsidized healthcare in Imo State. Then we also went further to get grants. From different corporate bodies. We reached out to them, told them what we are doing, and believe me, for them to even believe in this idea, that means that One Kindred, One Business initiative, they see potential in it. So there are a lot of corporate bodies that we are working with, and they've given us grants, and our grant process is very transparent. We did grants. We've done about grants 3 different times, and people won these monies. Businesses that had potential, that scaled through the selection and the screening process, won these grants, and they were awarded their grants. And another thing I want to touch base on is the fact that we now decided to extend our this idea to the universities. We realized that Imo State produces lots of graduates every year, and we are not able to absorb these graduates into employment, and that is why we have a lot of unemployment, not just in Imo State but across Nigeria. So what did we do? We decided that in Imo State we can focus on building these competencies and skills within Imo universities, and now we've extended to secondary schools as well. What do we do with them? We teach them group-based entrepreneurship while they are still in school, how they can have OKOBI businesses, how they can leverage their school networks, their friends, instead of involving in, different vices like cultism, bullying, and all whatnot. They can use their network to come together and set up business while in school, or explore business ideas that they can do while in school. So what we do with them is to liaise with their academic team members, or we have collaborators from the academy, from the schools, who helps us to teach and build this group-based entrepreneurship idea into our university students, such that they set up businesses while in school. Some of these businesses are run within the school. Some of them are run outside the school. We have 2 models for that. So we do these things for them so that by the time they are done with university, some of them already have businesses to fall back on. Some other ones are already built and they've already learned the skill, and it's just for them to know exactly what to do, instead of maybe carrying their CVs around and looking for how to maybe find the next job available. So OKOBI is creating jobs in numbers and addressing the problem of unemployment, not on individual basis, but individual basis, but as a collective, on a collective basis. And that is really helping us address the problem of unemployment. Let me stop here and take questions and see if Prof has any other comments for me.
Okay, I mean, that's fine. Adeze. Yeah. So far, so good, I would say. But based on your experience, because I'm going to know maka OKOBI, ha nọrọkwa in doubt whether my ihe ọ na-aga ma ọkwa eziokwu. Based on what you have done so far, what do you consider the main challenges and how have you gone about overcoming them? Can you hear me?
Sorry, I was muted. Sorry. So, yes, what I consider as the main challenge is that people don't want to respond to this call. Yeah, people are responding to this call, but some other people come in to this respond to the call, believing Nahadarike national cake, believing that they are coming in to maybe collect money and go away. So anybody that comes with that idea may not exactly get these results that I'm talking about. So when people join us or come to say, okay, we're interested in this idea, and then we start with them, we start engaging with them, then the next thing they start asking for money. You understand? So when people start with the money bit of it, then that I feel is the challenge that we have the most. And we've been able to explain in details, this is how this is going to work. We have to see your readiness. We have to see your interest. We have to see that you're willing to take advantage of this opportunity to change your life and also build a business that will last long, a business that is not just a business, but a legacy. So when some people understood this assignment and understood this idea in this way, and that these are the 600 businesses we are really currently boasting with right now. So the other ones are still at that stage where they believe that we are here to share money. No, we are not here to share money. So for me, that is the challenge I see in this thing.
What about in the all politics? Because some people might also think for APC or for the governor or even the mayor or the governor. I mean, because we go about asking people to support their communities. So let's assume then onye no Owerri, onye no Lagos, Akaforo, to help people set up these businesses. But because Nahano no OKOBI and is linked to the government of the day, had they reluctant, as if Nahame all government can megere. Have you come across that in what you do?
Yes, we have people that believe that OKOBI is an APC idea, but uh, I don't. We've always told them that OKOBI businesses set up will always outlive the government. If this government that is currently in power ends today, businesses that have been set up will continue, because we are not setting it up for the government. We are not setting it up for APC. We are setting it up for communities. These communities are liberating themselves and creating their own jobs by themselves and helping themselves to make their own create sustainable livelihood, create jobs, create wealth for themselves. So nobody will take your business away. Your business is registered in the name that you agree on. The people listed in the name of the business as members of the business are the community members that own the business. So it has nothing to do with politics. It has nothing to do with the government of the day. Rather, it is for you that an idea generated from somewhere and is a good idea does not mean that you're going to let go of the idea because of where it's coming from. But you look at the idea on your own and study it and see how it benefits you and see it. That is how we explain it to them. And thankfully, we have people from other parties, different communities that are not even associated with the current government, who are heavily invested in this program and in this idea.
Okay, but some people we can get one thing that can I wonder, because I know business. Some people na so kara ha me mere ko onwe ha. And here agbakọ ga aka emega. Na ewu ọha nwe agụrụ na agụgbu ya. Ka ihe nwere ịgwakwanụ ndị dị otu ahụ based on your experience, and if we are to compare individual owned businesses and group owned businesses.
Okay, in that regard, I would say that the times have changed. And even though group-based entrepreneurship is not seemingly a new thing, if you ask me, because even people that started solo businesses, when they try to expand, they start looking for investors, they start looking for people that will join the team, not just as employees, but people that will come on board as co-owners. So why are they doing it? Because they know that Igwebuike, the more the merrier. Like, I don't there is strength in unity. So when more people come on board to do a particular thing, it's like a constellation of ideas, different ideas bring coming to the table, and the best will be chosen to make sure that the best comes out of that thing. And another thing, the risk is shared. So you're not just doing something alone that is going to cost you a lot of stress, thinking by yourself, doing it or bearing all the pain and all the of build. You're doing it with a group of like-minded people who are going to bring their best foot forward at the same time and make sure that whatever you're doing succeeds. So at this point in time, most big conglomerates, most big companies, both in Europe, both in America, both in everywhere, will tell it's not just one man business. They have people, they have co-owners, they have investors. It's just that we are now bringing it down to the grassroots level where we are now starting maybe smaller businesses with that same idea, so that when you're coming together, you don't open shop. And back then, where you see somebody open a shop, Bojucha shop, yeah. Yere ya 1 year, ya 2 years. Give you a chi, within a short time. Onya hakwachela. Gijo ya sinake ekwe momume. Believe me, group-based entrepreneurship will not let that happen, because it's no longer your risk. It's now a collective risk, collective effort. Everything is now collective, and the best ideas come forward. And what's best still, you get to access certain loans, certain grants, because you're group-based, working together to make sure that whatever you put out there is the best. And your productivity is higher, is better, the quality is more, you access bigger markets. So the gains outweigh the risks, or whatever you think is the disadvantage, or whatever you may consider the disadvantage. What you're gaining from it, as long as the people you're working with are like-minded, they believe, they share the same vision with you, and you people built it together in deep understanding, and your governance model is very, very strong. That is what we also offer in our office. We help you structure your business in a way that there will be no regrets. So group-based businesses in form of OKOBI, they are thriving, and they are more educated, and they understand the dynamics of the group business model. Thank you.
Thank you very much. But some people, I mean, you have explained it very well. They also say if you want to travel fast, travel alone. But if you want to travel far, travel with others, which summarizes the philosophy of the OKOBI movement. But some people we cannot wonder, or go look at you're gonna mafobi sometimes, especially when you want people to support. Based on experience, what sort of ego can you do bido and OKOBI business?
So what we have understood and learned from this idea is that money is not the problem. It's not the first thing literally be the OKOBI business name. So money is not usually the issue. The issue is finding your kin in the kindred, finding your kin, and then knowing exactly what you want to do. You know, when you understand these two important steps in group-based entrepreneurship in OKOBI, you will know that finding the money will not be a problem. So the most important thing is not funds, because funds will definitely come. First of all, if you're well structured and you're keen at the people that understand the dream or understand the goal or whatever you want to achieve, you will see ideas put together will birth very pleasant results. You'll be able to find out where you can raise this money, how you can raise this money, and investors will definitely involve themselves in your idea if they believe in it. So your keen is the most important thing, and the business that you really want to do is the most important thing. Most of the businesses that have been set up under OKOBI, they have these resources within them. Some of them are communities that are into oil production, palm oil production, but they don't even know that their businesses can thrive the way they are doing now. So, but the way we structure them, help them to gain access to bigger markets. They now know that even the small one that they already have, they have already, can help them to make so much money. So, money is not the primary thing in setting up an OKOBI business. Money can come through match funding. Money can come through grants, money can come through loan, money can come through investors. But first of all, find your kin and know exactly what you want to do.
Okay, that's fine. So when you say find your kin, yeah, he gwagande mado hakotando bihana hamara. Like, so they have a like mind. They have share a similar vision. Okay?
Exactly.
And then good ideas sell themselves. So happy to go from there. Other things will follow because indeed we'll see. Okay, that's very good to know. But let's go straight before we invite our and then have when equal time. I enjoy here the one go like bido business because when then we can age now here millions bido. But from your experience, okay, and also beyond money. So somebody might be say I want to help my community, but the GMA go to help. They can also help with their knowledge, with their expertise, with their connections. Because Ndi was onye sorose so sieri. So how do you see that in terms of the resources people can use to support OKOBI businesses in their communities?
Okay, like you said, they can support the training of consultants. We have a program going on now where people reached out to us, stakeholders in different states now, not just Imo State, said, we love this idea and we want you to come and train our community members as consultants to now help people do this OKOBI within their community. So there are different ways they can fund this business. And again, with as little as 500,000, 1 million, 5 million, yes, they can support their communities to set up businesses. I've seen people that reached out to us to say, okay, I have this so amount of money for my people, but I don't want them to know that I'm the one that brought this money. So use this money and support them, engage with them, find out what they want to do, and help them set up this business. So there is no fixed amount to how much that is needed to set up an OKOBI business. I've mentioned some amounts based on people that have reached out to us to give us a little idea of how much you can actually say, I can bring this forward. Another way is that you can also support your community members to be trained as consultants. That way, you're paying them directly to learn how to be OKOBI consultants, to train other people to create businesses. Another way they can also help is that they can also help them assess markets. They can help them assess markets where they can sell. They can also help them to assess trainings. Some people can invest in trainings, say, okay, I want to invest in trainings. I want to bring people, people from corporate bodies that can come and train my people in this kind of businesses and help them to set it up. So there are many ways that any stakeholder or anybody that wants to support their community, that can help them to support them and set up OKOBI businesses for them. There's also the digital bit. You can also help people that have learned these digital skills to set up their own digital group businesses. So it's multifaceted, if you ask me. So there are many dimensions of it. That is why we always tell them, reach out to our office and let us discuss with you. We can definitely advise you based on what you can offer or how you can assist on the best way and what works or what will work for your community.
Okay, before we go on a short break, I mean, people also think that OKOBI is all about old people in the rural areas. Okay, what do you think about that? What can you say about that? Yeah.
So OKOBI is not about old people. We have very young people.
Maybe all time I should go. OKOBI, I don't know can hindi mo bodo, right?
OKOBI is an acronym. It's actually One Kindred, One Business Initiative. So, and the kindred here, kindred, yes, they are free to join, but kindred ndiobi gina hamakoro, like minds. That's the kin in kindred. And we have a lot of young people in OKOBI. We have young people from the universities, our students club, we have over 400 members across universities in Imo State. So these are young people that are thriving in different businesses. Some of them have businesses within their schools, owned by the school, but run by the students. They have businesses owned by themselves as students, and they are very young people. We have some group of ladies then that are into digital skills. They do, what do we call it, virtual support, virtual assistance, and there are many young people in OKOBI. Then we have people that are into processing of agricultural products, very young, agile people. So OKOBI is not for old people. It's just cut across everybody. As long as you can do something and you have group that you can work with to do something, you're welcome to join the One Kindred, One Business Initiative.
Thank you very much, Adeze Nwaka from the Office of the Chief Economic Advisor to the Imo State Government. If you are just joining us, this is the One Kindred, One Business Initiative series brought to you by the Office of the Chief Economic Advisor of the Imo State Government under the leadership of distinguished Senator Hope Uzodimma.
Amarachi nwanne m, o nwere ihe na-egbu m echiche o. Ị na-ele anya n'obodo anyị, ị ga-ahụ ọtụtụ ndị na-enweghị ihe ha na-eme. Ha anaghị arụ ọrụ ebe ndị nwekwara n'ọrụ ntakịrị ha na-arụ na-ata ezigbo ahụhụ. Mana ị gaa n'obodo ndị ọzọ, ha na-eme nke ọma, na-arụ ọrụ dị iche iche ha ji eriju afọ. Biko nwanne m, ele otu anyị ga-esi nyere ụmụnne anyị aka ma kwado ha n'agbanyeghị otu ọha iji mee ka ndụ dịrị ha mfe.
Chinonso nne m, obi mụ na di na-amakọkwa ahụ. Ihe a ka m sị dị ka m bịa ka anyị dakọrịta ntị. Ị ma na obodo anyị kwesịrị ịganye aka n'atụmatụ OKOBI. Cheta na OKOBI bụ atụmatụ ọchịchị steeti Imo n'okpuru ọchịchị Distinguished Senator Hope Uzodimma. Na OKOBI ka a na-akwado ndị obodo ka ha gbakọta aka na biznes maka iji kwalite ụmụafọ ha ma wulite akụ na ụba. Ka m na-agwa gị okwu ugbu a, narị biznes anọ na 60 esonyela na-erite uru n'atụmatụ OKOBI.
Ihe ị na-ekwu ọ bụ na ndị obodo anyị nwere ike iji aka ha kewapụtara onwe ha ọrụ ma sikwe na ya nweta ezigbo ego. Ele otu anyị ga-esi mee nke a, biko nwanne m?
No, obodo ọbụla kwesịrị ịmalite biznes nke ha maka onwe ha, mana anyị na-achọ nkwado gị na nke ụmụnne anyị ndị ọzọ bụ aka ji akụ iji nyere ndị obodo aka ka ha malite azụmahịa ma kwụsị ike soro obodo ndị ọzọ keta oke na OKOBI. Kama ọ ga-abụ alọta ekewere ha bread, rice na ego nke bụ ericha echi agụrụ ewere ọnọdụ ka anyị kpakọta akụrụngwa anyị nye aka kwalite obodo. Ihe anyị ga-eme ugbu a bụ ịga kpọtụrụ eze obodo anyị ka anyị na ya kpaa ya nke ọma maọbụ gawa n'ụlọ ọrụ Chief Economic Advisor to Imo State Government. Ị ga-enweta ha n'akara 09114360076 maọbụ ziga ozi WhatsApp n'akara 09011589113 ka anyị gbakọta aka kwalite ndị obodo anyị site na ya wulite steeti Imo oge abụdachi.
OKOBI, ụmụnna wike ọwụ ya agha.
Okay, welcome back. Let me go straight to Ogechukwu, nwekwe na OKOBI business. Ka onwe ike kọwara anyị ka business ha si aga. We have anyị enyere example ndị nwere OKOBI businesses. Ndị Office of the Chief Economic Advisor kọwakwa. So Ogechukwu na ndị otu ya nwekwara na OKOBI business. Ka onwe ike kọwara anyị ka ha si eme. Ogechukwu, can you say hello to the audience? Can you unmute yourself and say hello to the audience?
Day one, the Imo State.
Ndewo, ndewo.
Afambo Ogechukwu Domendo. Business anyị na-emewo ha na-akpọ ịzụ azụ ya bụ catfish farming. Ebe anyị nọkwa wụ ebe a na-akpọ Akwa Akụma na Owerri North n'Imo steeti. Ebe a anyị nwere ụmụ okorobịa na ụmụ agbọghọbịa ndị nwere interest iso anyị mee business a wụ ịzụ azụ. Anyị nwekwara olileanya i-process wee, but ugbu a anyị na-process with facility ndị ọzọ.
Okay, Chukwu, just hold on. Let us move back a bit, okay? So, ele mgbe unu ji bido business a, ke mgbe unu bido?
Mgbe anyị ji malite wụ n'afọ 2017 mgbe anyị registrara ọgbakọ anyị, cooperative anyị.
Okay. Ole ka unu dịkwa mgbe unu registrara?
Okay, mgbe anyị registrara business na 2017, but mmalite anyị wụ anyị rukwara mmadụ mgbe anyị bidoro, anyị rukwara about 20 persons mgbe anyị bidoro. Some of them enwere their own business now. Some of them are relocated to go to other states.
Okay, ole ka unu dịkwa na?
A agụta mmadụ 15 na.
Okay. Ele ihe mere unu ji gbakọta ọnụ ime ihe a? Ka ihe, instead of you doing it individually, ka ihe kpatara unu ji gbakọta ọnụ to do it?
Okay, I believe now everybody nwere idea to contribute and resources to put together. Ihe ike mepụta ihe ofu onye a ga-emenwu ya naanị ya, and anyị gbakọta menwe ya, ọ ga-eme ka anyị na-etinye uche na ihe awụ ofu onye nwe.
Okay, enwenye coordinator ụlọ ọgụ onye isi kpọtara ndị ọzọ ka enwe ndị kpọtara gị John is na-eso ha.
Okay, business a mgbe anyị bidoro cooperative awụ n'afọ 2017, onye na-akpọ Pastor Sam, my uncle, onye gwara m sị ka gbaa mbọ register cooperative na naanị m aga emenwe ihe gbasara agrik a, na-achọ ụmụ okorobịa ibe m na agbọghọbịa ka anyị sonye etinye aka menwe business a.
Okay, that's a very good idea. And since then, you guys have been going. So, it's not into fishery. I mean, we can call any business or not from indoors on the megas.
Okay. Kita na anyị enwego ndị anyị na-azụ na a na-akpọ entrepreneurs a na-azụ ndị ga-amalitekwa ebe anyị kwụsịrị. Ndị ga na-enyekwa ndụmọdụ ka ha nwee ike na-eme ọfụma ka anyị nwa. I were about 40 students under us. I na-akụzi, and
so I made training. Yes,
I made training. I na-akụzi, I follow up.
Okay. Okay, can you do the actual business beyond training? Can you do?
Okay, I produce. I require one. I make a hatchery. Then,
okay. So you are mainly into fish farming.
Yes, fish farming. Like the name says, one kindred, one business initiative. We all came together to face this fish farming business.
Okay, how's the level?
Okay, now I can go up to maybe 700 fish stocked.
Okay.
The
15. A lot of people when I go from the business.
Oh, na nima ba na contribute. I want profit, I share.
I know, but profit do not make how much can sustain no. Because every business needs to be sustainable. That's the essence of the OKOBI thing. And OKOBI, I will just my business. But the business needs to grow, the business needs to be profitable, and the business needs to also create decent jobs. Okay, so I will hand to mouth. So yeah.
Aside this business, I need crop farming, cassava farming in large hectares. Then no ọgbakọ anyị n'otu anyị kwado onwe ha ọkwara bakia business ha na-eme.
training. More
Okay.
as
Okay.
na-emekwa farming. Okay, so cassava
Yes.
farming. So it doesn't need to be one thing.
Mụ nke m
That's why
onwe nke m enwere m business a na-akpọ Cream Bay Integrated Services. Mgbe m malitere m na-produce cucumber, tomato.
but car business
And,
is not part of this OKOBI or group owned one.
Okay. I may produce cucumber. I may produce tomato. I may produce cassava.
Okay. Pastor Sonny, I think Pastor Sam no online with us. Can he the business?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Pastor Sam, can he nwere ikwu maka business unu na-eme?
Oh, hello, Kenneth Amichi. Are you hearing me?
I can hear you.
Hello. Okay. It's a pleasure meeting you. A wonderful work Daisy is doing, and Mr. Amishi are doing a very wonderful work. I'm an ex-banker. Yes, I've led the banking system in 2012, and I was the head of agriculture in it. And I was in Lagos. So when I came to Imo State, I met my my cousin, my nephew, that's Ogechukwu. He's very enthusiastic in agriculture, and I told him that he has to formulate a great youth and get them organized into agriculture. We have been involved in agriculture, in crop farming, and also involved in fishery, aquaculture, in trying to breed the fishes and marketing them. The zeal is there, but capital is very low. Capital is actually very, very low, and I think with capital they can go very far, because there are times for this. Hello, sir.
You are a member of the business.
Yes, I'm actually the helm of coordination. Yes, but we have two: Integrity Group and the Great Youth. Integrity Youth Farmers and Great Youth Farmers are actually incorporated almost the same day. So I try to look at their figures and encourage them to grow. Yeah, but who is the one in charge of day-to-day running of the place?
Okay, that's fine. But
yes, I'm a very.
I don't know why.
I have a big problem with a network in this place. So, and since morning I've been fighting with network. Actually,
no.
So
coming from maybe two sets are on at the same time. Just to give you a say, because you're an ex-banker, one would also anticipate that you bring your knowledge of banking into it, because when you said finance or capital were an issue, Ajum Karshejugi will say, can you know to address the capital problem, given that you are an ex-banker? What would you advise your own organization and others out there who may think that money is an issue for them? Okay, Pastor, thank you very much, and thank you, Ogechukwu, for contributing. I think you guys have mentioned one of the key things some of people also talk about. But the essence of OKOBI, I na-eme OKOBI iji nyere unu aka. Unu ebido asị onye zụrụ si pass ekwele Chineke nkwashu. So ebe unu bidoro ebido, and you are in touch with the office, will help you put in place the necessary things
that will enable you grow and address the capital problem, Unuku. You have our numbers, you are in touch with us, so that shouldn't be a problem. But I think what you are doing should be an encouragement to others listening to us. Now, people say, Kanjo, Bidogode Bido, and then Madoge Bibe before Yaba also. And you guys have already started, and hopefully we'll continue to work with you. I wish you well, but still stay with us. Let me go to the office again and speak to Udo Nguma. Udo Nguma is one of the consultants helping communities. So Udo, do you want to say hello to our audience, and we take it from there?
Yes, hello our listeners. Ndoma na-ege ya dịrị unu na mma.
So Udo, we can cover your own experience of your OKOBI journey. And what you think are the prospects as well as the challenges.
Thank you very much, Prof. Once more, our listeners, I greet. Ihe gbasara ije OKOBI is an exciting one, yes, a rigorous one, and also very challenging. Dịka one of the speakers from the office, all the very necessary that we also understand the keen dread in the OKOBI business. I think now Ndi Bonasi two Wishopi. It's like a bloodline. Emande umunegi, nde nejigi. So ibekwana business, igebuzo chotande unde nejigi. Then ge mara hege na hageme. Because every family will have value. Families have value. So each other nde nejigi in business. Then get the value, which is what kind of business venture can you do? As an entrepreneur, needs assessment to them. People pay for the problem you solve for them. So one of the major things I got to communities. I've been involved as a consultant with OKOBI, visiting several communities. Many of them are mad that they have gold beneath their feet. So omega kawaraha. Lekwani henka, akunu nwere ala nka enwe hunu GM. Unu ga go tenku, you can start from there. So imepe hanya to understand. That is number one thing. Nyene haka, that training enough, even the government who is doing it. If you discover yourself as a problem shared is half solved, more blame atara here will be she bido mawage. Game ebe iga baba zeremere. So the first 10 nyegam obiangore na ihe OKOBI. And many people are here as an alternative form of empowerment, a better alternative in this case. Because I'm so many people ndị kpọrọla the office si ha biko aha chọrọ ka ha nyere ụmụnne ha aka o nyere their village aka o tell every period, festive period, ha na-ewepụta ego na-eme empowerment na-eme ka ha ghọta one as an educationist sọrọ gị mee ya you will not ọ dị ka onye na-enweghị interest na tailoring gị buru sewing machine bunye ya idinye azụ ihe the sewing machine. So many of them inye ha training ha find their kindred group inye ha that training ha ma identify ihe with their passion. Because one thing on a business, if you are passionate about a business or what services you are providing or the products you are selling, even if you are passing through the rigors of business, because it's not rosy anywhere. When you feel na habata, like my first speaker from the office, you could na habia of government igenye hego. Oge m gara umudim inikedru. Henye ihe ni dem na akọrọ ha na-eme ha ka film. Tupu m agwa ha that m ji ofu onye si enwere nwanne gị nwere ike bịa si gị gbajinye ego ka o mee business ị na-aga enye ego ya si m m jụọ ya maka gịnị ya sị na ọ ga-emebi the money so kwota ka ọ dị unu ahụ na OKOBI as a national cake unu hụ ya as a way to bring their potentials to bear. Ya hima ineme ofuma. Awa akpatoga aka. Ọ ihe OKOBI na-eme. Asa aka akpa nkwa ya ekwu. OKOBI ga-eme gị hụ the business opportunity not within your area. Hụkwanụ the potentials ị nwere as an individual to go into to be an entrepreneur.
So can you make a here na don't go because I na-ekwu here people are name so asa akpọ nke na-akọrọ here, right? Ị gara Umudim saw yesterday. So American Day church because enwere church area ahụ anọ ebe ka anyị ebe a. If every parish na si na ha ga-enwe business.
Prof.
Enwere ihe gbochiri parish ọbụla enwere business. Enwere ihe gbochiri any parish inwe business. Ile ma ndị Catholic, ma ndị Anglican, ma ndị Pentecostal. Ọ ndị Redeem, RCCG, ndị na ha chọrọ ka chọọchị ha nọrọ not less than maybe 1 kilometer or 100 meters from every family. The same way also, we can see every parish and business support together.
Exactly. So, Omega Mega no now. Olu diocese. Venerable Wosu, who are one of our consultants, almost the communities and the Anglican Communion, known as Olu diocese, most of them were businesses. 2 weeks ago, I know with JPDC of the Catholic Church, I know on Assumpta Cathedral, they assembled their leaders, trying to tell them the importance of forming a cooperative. Such thing is also replicating Nahara Diocese through Father Pius. They call it Matter Farms, and they are training so many people in this regards. So the only thing like the prospects. The prospects we enumerate, even in Ngopala now, as we speak. How when they are working towards having a cooperative as a village, then the youths are also in group, of which there are people in diaspora who help in funding the youth and empowering them. Here, which are a diverse way or a better alternative to empowering our youths. So when you train them, like we earlier said from the office, that you can also call their youths, the ones who have that potential to teach. You can groom them to groom others. How we training the trainers, TOT. So in such thing, you can even get them. We train them in the office.
Okay, just in the interest of time, right? So, Imunike Nyani, a quick overview of some of the communities in America, because some people can see, oh, PG, but they can also have OKOBI businesses within their community without necessarily at that community level. But can you speak about the community level so far?
Yes, so far, out of the 624 or thereabout local communities in Nimo State, so far, visited about 100, and that 100, the office of the chief economic advisor, all the communities interested who can identify a viable business in their area can now come, and the community the office will support in their CAC registration. About 24 communities so far reached that benchmark of getting a business plan, returning their concept form, bringing names of directors, Ndega register the business on behalf of the community. Other ones who will come at the second batch. Others are, because we are making it batch by batch, first come, first serve. So the office will make sure, or is making sure that every community interested in owning a business, that they will help in training them and helping them in identifying a viable business, helping them, training them how to write a viable business proposal, and as well register it for them with CAC.
Okay, fine. Just we'll take the list. I think it's already 24. Let's see
Yes.
before the end of the program and when we can pour her so that in the matter no on here. But get the list ready while I go to Adeze Ashaheme. Adeze, do you want to say hello to our audience?
Hello, listeners. It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you very much, Dr. Kenneth.
Okay, good. Yeah, so I want you to speak to the just the OKOBI. Yes, I na ha ga-eji ka ha abịa ebido. Mana anyị nwekwara grants or ihe nrite ha na-enweta from us from time to time. Do you want to speak about choose any of them you want to talk about briefly and then kwuokwe ka anyị bu n'uche ime going forward?
Okay, thank you very much. So, ihe ịtịkọta ọnụ with ihe onye ọbụla kwuru, we don't just do hand holding and setting up businesses. We also go overboard to reach out to sponsors and corporate entities that will collaborate with OKOBI businesses. And so far, we've had about 2 to 3 successful grant competitions from hospitality sector, the banks, and we've had a lot of entries. But in line with what my colleagues have also said, we don't, like people say, opportunity luck meets the prepared. So we are not just looking for laissez-faire businesses or people that just pay money, but people that would that are organized, that would come together to set up their businesses. We look at businesses that are investment ready. So as much as we're prepping you to be investment ready, we are also reaching out to potential sponsors. So we advertise grants, and then the past one we advertised, which we just awarded the winners last month. We had the grants from the IHS and also from the bank, First Bank and Access Bank. And the grant competition, we had different stages. So we publicize the grant offer, and then people bring in their entries, and then they are vetted according to the OKOBI criteria of being group-owned businesses located in Imo State, have the potential of scaling up and employing people, and also it's group-owned, like I said earlier. So these businesses they have to submit a very good business proposal. So that's where consultants come in. So if you're a group-owned business and then you have your books together, you must not create your business proposal on your own if you don't have the capacity to. You can use the service of a consultant. So when we look at this business proposal, we vet them to be sure if they are reliable, if they are timely, if they have good potentials to scale. And then we shortlist them into where we call them to have an interview with internal and external judges that would give their unbiased view about the business, and we'll have the group representative come and talk about their business, and we move the successful one to another stage which is the due diligence stage. So now we compare what you said you're doing, what you during the interview with what you're actually doing on field. So we send out different people, experts, to come to your group, to your area of location for a due diligence visit. So that's what we go for, we do there. So they go to the different business locations, and then the winners who are prepared actually would get the grants. And last time we had about 9 successful winners. So one thing about the competition is, even if you are not a winner, you have gained experience. And then along the line, even the people that joined, we group them. So because you fall out of the line doesn't mean we'll just run the bus past you. We also put them in trainings. So most of them get to understand that, oh, bookkeeping is important. Taking account is important. We have to be investment ready. So the people that have qualified to win our grants, congratulations to you guys if you're hearing me. They know now that they have the confidence that they can apply for any loan anywhere, and they are going to get it because we give it to them and they worked for it. That's the main thing. They've worked hard for it. So currently, we are having a new sponsor. OKOBI has moved beyond Imo State, beyond Nigeria. We got a sponsor from a university in Europe, and then they're interested in pushing, in supporting group-owned businesses for students in the universities. So as my colleague already mentioned, that OKOBI has moved beyond communities. There are student clubs now. So a student listening to me, it's time for you to sit up. It's beyond classroom engagements. After 4 years or 5 years, you'll be done from school. What next? That's the question, what next? But you can start now to say, oh, I'm interested in this, I'm interested in that. Guy, come, girl, come, let's do this together. And let's set up a business. So for the universities in Imo State, there is a grant available and we'll publicize it soon. And then please organize yourself. Like they said, luck means the prepared. organize yourself, register your businesses, have a good business proposal, and most importantly, reach out to the Office of the Chief Economic Advisor because we are here to guide you. So that's it from my side. If there are any questions, I'm available to answer.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Adeze. And listeners, as you can see, Adeze was a young person. Like you said, OKOBI is not just for old people in rural areas. She's young, energetic, and also very entrepreneurial. So thank you, Adeze. Let me go back to Udo. Do you have the list now? So you got like 1 minute to just read out the communities that are qualified for the next phase of registration.
Okay, Prof. The communities include from we have Mbala Agwa community. They want to do cassava processing.
No. Just release the because of time. Yeah. Just
Okay.
Mbalagwa. Yeah.
Mbalagwa community. Akabo in Uguta. We have Obujoma in Obak community. Isiorodo community. Obiorodo community. Oku Obako community. Then you have Umuwako community. Umu Ezenwere community in Umagwo. Ohoba community. We have Ohi community. Irete community in Owerri West. Ndegu in Owerri West. Ezi Irete. Okuku community. We have Omo Anono. Obinze community. We have Ebelu Obube in Owerri North. We have Ngoma Obube in Owerri North. We have Olapo community in Owerri North. We have Ako, Amara Ako community. We have Ife community in MPCS. We have Nguru Umowa community. We have Uburekwe community. We also have this Umororonjo in Owerri Municipal and Ezenon. So these are the communities so far, the 24 communities so far that are ready, their businesses are ready for registration with the CAC.
Thank you very much. As you said, we I am over 100 of them. So these first 24, the real. That's why we are trying to. So yeah, my community got know here. God join him in a community got know here. I my community again. Congratulations, because as I know bozo na. So that's the time Anna OKOBI, our friend. We come to the end of the program. So I want to thank the people from the Office of the Chief Economic Advisor, Mrs. Adeze Nwaka, Ms. Adeza Shaheme, Mr. Udo Nguma. I also want to thank Uba Namane. I also thank our guests today, Ogechukwu and Pastor Sam. Thank you very much. I remain your host, Professor Kenneth Amechi, the Chief Economic Advisor to the Imo State Government. I'll see you next time.
Susie, nne m ahụ gị bụ sọ mma. Ọ dị ka ị nwetala ọrụ n'oyo company.
You see nwanne m mgbado udo o nweghịkwa ọrụ oyi company m nwetara. Ihe hụrụ m na-amụke wụkwa aka ọrụ OKOBI.
Ele nke wụkwa OKOBI. Biko tupu enye m azụ, ahụ shele m anya. Ahụ m chọrọ enyemaka.
Ya bụ na ịnụbeghị maka OKOBI. Ngwa gee ntị. OKOBI wa atụmatụ ọma gọọmenti hiwere iji kpochapụ ụbịam na-akpụ ndị mmadụ isi aghara aghara. OKOBI ga-ekewapụta ohere ọrụ maka gị o maka ọha obodo gị niile. Naanị legharịa anya gburugburu gị. Chepụta nnọọ ihe ọbụla gị na ụmụnne na ụmụnna gị, ndị enyi ma ọ bụ ndị obodo gị nwere ike ịgbakọta aka mepụta ya mma dịka ịzụ ọkụkọ, azụ, oke bekee, ịkọ pineapple, ịsụ mmanụ nkwụ ma ọ bụ mmanụ aṅụ na ọtụtụ ihe ndị ọzọ dị iche iche. Unu hazichi usoro eji eme ya ka ọ bụrụ ihe ga-amịpụta ego. Unu agbapụzie ya ọsọ ga-akpọtụrụ onye ji ọkwa Chief Economic Advisor n'ọchịchị steeti Imo. Ọ ga-agbazi unu olu nye unu ntụziaka hazie ụkpụrụ a ga-eji mee ya ka ọ kwụsị ike ma mete ezi mkpụrụ. Ọ ga-enyekwa aka n'ikewapụta ohere ọrụ nye ndị na-achọ ọrụ n'obodo.
Biko nye m akara ekwentị ha ka m kpọọ ahụ ozugbo.
Ngwa were ihe dedata ya 0701 351 20 2035 0701 351 2035 maọbụ 0911 436 0076 0911 436 0076 ịkpọrọ ha ị ga-enweta ọsịsa maka ihe niile gbasara OKOBI. OKOBI wa atụmatụ bụ ịgba Shared Prosperity Government nke Distinguished Senator Hope Uzodimma. OKOBI ụmụnna wike ọwụ ha agha.